Hi my loves, and welcome to my channel. My name is Erica. This is GypsyCowgirlTarot. I am a psychic and a medium and a prophetess. Sorry, I was trying to talk and say all of that without having to like swallow, but I had to swallow. So anyways, welcome in my loves. I hope that all of you guys are doing amazing today. Just sending some love from me to you. So you guys have seen the title. You guys already know why you're here. This is going to be a message, just a spiritual message, right? Just a message of guidance, whatever wants to come through. I have a little bit of like a channeled message, but I really just want to see what comes through with the cards and see what I'm going to do with this message is I'm going to, you know, tap in, connect specifically to your energy right now, like what it is that you guys are feeling right now, what it is that, you know, whatever comes through, and get guidance based on that, okay? Because I do know 111 that it is a very, you know, transformational time. We are really feeling an ebb and flow like this, right? We are being blasted with solar codes, the sun's rays. I have been this past week following the Schumann resonance like crazy. You know, I always will check in on it and, you know, and especially if I feel like an exertion of like a power, like a surge, like a spiritual surge of power, then I'll go and look it up. But I've been looking at like crazy this week because of these reasons. And it's just, it is every single time that I feel something or I get like a really intense like moment of like ear angels, you know, I call it ear angels, but it's like ear ringing, and or I can just, without the ear ringing, it doesn't, you know, that doesn't have to happen, but I just feel these intense moments of ascension, of receiving, you know, and then I'll go and I'll look it up, and, you know, around the times that I receive these things or that it's happening is when we're getting massive surges of the crystalline codes coming through, which on the Schumann resonance, you'll see it as the white rays that come through, okay? So if you look at the Schumann resonance, you'll see just the white blaring all the way through right now, especially today. And I am recording this on, what is today? July 15th, I want to say. Yeah, I think the 15th. So anyways, yeah, today's the 15th. I'm like, yeah. So we're getting a lot. So the message here that I received was, oh gosh, now my mind is like going blank with it. We are being called to step up and lead in our lives, and you know, within our own lives, we're being called to step up and lead in huge ways right now, okay? For some reason, I'm getting the way that you do one thing is the way that you do everything. Okay, the way that you do one thing is the way that you do everything. So some of you guys need to hear that right now, where maybe you put a lot of like effort and stuff into one thing, but like other stuff you know, you just kind of half-ass it, or I don't know, right? So they're coming through with that, like, keep in mind that, you know, the way that you do one thing is the way that you do all things. So this is not like a judgmental thing. It's an it's an observation thing. So basically the message behind that is put the same amount of energy and love and, you know, and all the things, you know, even if it's something you don't want to do or you don't enjoy doing, or, you know, maybe you feel really good. You know, for some reason I'm getting like kayaking and going out like on the water or the river, right? Maybe you love to kayak. Maybe that's like your thing, you know, on your days off or after work, or maybe that's how you get exercise in, you know, you go out on the water for a little bit and do some kayaking. But I'm getting that, like, that brings an extreme amount of joy and you know, it's working out. So, you know, you're getting endorphins going and like just all kinds of things, right? But then you go home and you have to do, you know, maybe answer some emails for work, you know, and then your energy shifts and it becomes, yeah, I'm hitting this right on the head, you guys. Okay, so comment down below, my loves, if this resonates with you, because I know we can all resonate with these things because we all do this. None of us are perfect, right? So how does this resonate with you, this part? I'm getting massive confirmation chills of this part of the message on my left leg. So it's about the feminine side of, you know, of us. So maybe, you know, being in the flow, there's some resistance right now, and just allowing yourself to feel and sit and process and release and, you know, just feel and sit with your emotions and what it is that you're feeling. Allowing your feminine energy to really just kind of take over at this moment is kind of what I'm getting. But anyways, you know, let's say you have to go home and you have to answer some work emails. And the minute that you even start thinking about that, your whole vibration shifts and changes, because it's something you don't want to do. It's something that does not bring you joy. It does not bring you passion, right? Well, that is in a way counteracting, like, let's say that, you know, you just got back home, but you spent the last few hours kayaking, right? You told yourself, I'm going to go out on the water for a while before I have to, you know, dive into, you know, what I got to do for work, right? Well, it kind of counteracts all of that. You know what I mean? So there's this big call. The way that you do one thing is the way that you do all things. 7 of Wands. See, a card of resistance, defensiveness, blocking. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. See how it's all these like manifestations wanting to fly in, but this right here is creating a block, a resistance. Okay, so that's just what a message that came through. Okay, so basically the way that you do one thing is the way that you do all things. So find the pleasure and the joy and the abundant energy within, you know, the things that we do, right? So, you know, like I spoke about this the other day, like, you know, well, I like cleaning and doing dishes and stuff, so like it always puts me like in a good mood. But, you know, let's say you're someone who doesn't like, you know, doing dishes, washing cups, right? Thinking about in that moment, like how lucky are you to have a home to wash dishes in? How lucky are you to have dishes? How lucky are you to have food and things and appliances to create the things that you want to eat and make, and the foods that you sound good to you, and, you know, the things that you desire, right? So every little thing, you know, oh, I have to cut my grass, I have to mow my lawn, you know what I mean? It's so hot. Well, how blessed are you to have a home that has a lawn that brings you joy to look at, that you can sit on and your kids play on, and, you know, your dog can run around on, and you have family functions and you can set out tables and everyone gets to enjoy, you know, that as well. You know, it's things like that. So it really is finding the beauty and the magic and the higher, you know, vibrational stuff in the things that bring you into low vibration and denser energies. Okay, so that was a big one that wanted to come through. So anyways, okay, so let's see, Spirit, what do we have for the, so that was the message, okay, was that I had, was the way that you do one thing is the way that you do all things. Okay, I also keep getting a lot of just, you know, information and downloads and things like that about the coming future, okay, of our world and things like that, right? Now, obviously I can't share, like, you know, very much as to what, you know, I want to share, which is what I'm going to be sharing on my Patreon channel. But this is about your work here and your mission here. And so how I said in the beginning that we're being called to really step up at this time, okay? Because as the old 3D matrix and paradigm falls, literally crumbles and breaks and falls and, you know, is broken down literally right before our eyes. We're looking at it. We're seeing it every day, right? We're watching it happen, right? We're watching history take place of everything that's been controlling this earth for thousands of years. We're watching it being broken down. And that has everything to do with us, right? Okay. Anyways, so what was I going to say about that? Oh, so this is about your work. Okay. So the other message here is, you know, we are the builders and makers here. Okay. We are the builders and makers, the movers and shakers, as far as the new earth goes, the divine, you know, the earth is divine no matter what, right? But it's like the divine, why do I want to say the divine earth? I want to say the divine earth. So the divine earth, okay? The conscious earth once again, right? In all her glory, and all of us in all of our glory and divinity, right? So as things break down and are crumbled and fall away, right? New systems, right? And structures and communities and things need to be rebuilt in place, right? So this is about us needing to step up to the plate and really take on these roles that we came here to do, and to do them fearlessly, right? So you guys are going to be receiving more insights, more downloads. You're going to have dreams. There's things coming through for you about your next steps, about the steps that you are going to be guided to take on your path of expansion, how to expand on your expansion. Okay. So let's say, you know, I'll use, you know, me for example, right? I'm being guided. So I had some divine, you know, divine seeds burst, right? A couple years back. And it was, Erica, you have to start a YouTube channel, and you have to, it's a tarot channel, and you're going to be using your gifts, right? I thought that was crazy at the time, but it also deeply and profoundly resonated with me. So I did it. No questions asked. It wasn't even it just felt so natural to do it, right? Well, fast forward 2 years, now we're here, right? And everything's happening the way that it is. And, you know, I've tended to the seeds, and I've done all the things, and I've been following, you know, what it is with my guidance and stuff, right? But now in this moment, I am feeling all these other doors opening, and I'm feeling all this other expanding on top of my already made expansion. You know what I mean? Like expanding on top of my expansion here, the channel. So expanding on top of this, right? And if I was asleep, and if I was just like a normal, right, quote, normal human, right, I would be like, well, this is my job. Like, what else could I possibly do? You know, like I'm a psychic medium, like, you know, this is what I do. I have a tarot channel, but I am so much more than that. And I know that, right? And you guys know that about yourselves too. And that's what Spirit is saying. It's like, it's time to expand on the expansion. Okay. So let's just see. So anyway, so these new thoughts are going to come, things are going to come in the form of thoughts and downloads like that. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. For some reason, I'm getting showing you the way. Showing you the way. Okay. So this is about self-love, right? Ace of Cups is self-love first and foremost. Okay. And what I'm getting here is like glass half full. Okay. So there's an extreme amount of optimism here. But what I'm getting is that for some of you guys out there, you're kind of struggling with some of your self-love right now. Okay. Or maybe it's acts of self-love. Like maybe, you know, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like avoidance of self-love. So it's not that I'm not saying you don't love yourself, but maybe in some areas there's some resistance there with that, you know, But what I'm getting more so is like the guidance of, when you truly love yourself, would you let this happen? Or like, let's say you're a mother or a father, right? And it's, you know, in an analogy of like, of your child. If you were telling your child, if you were having a talk with your child about self-love and embodying self-love first and foremost, and all the ways that you can embody self-love, right? Are you doing that for you? Are you taking that same advice? Are you, you know what I mean? It's so much easier for us to be like, oh, you know, you should love yourself more and da-da-da-da-da, and try to be a friend, or, you know, but then we don't, you know, we have to impart that same advice and wisdom upon our own life and self. So there's something with that. Remember I said I was going to take an energy check of the collective, of what was kind of going on here. And that's what's going on, okay? So there's a little bit of maybe a little bit of like the heart blocked right now, the heart chakra blocked a little bit, feeling a little inferior maybe for some of you guys. For some of you guys, maybe you recently got some news about something, or something happened, you know, and it just kind of closed that heart space up a little bit, kind of blocked you off a little bit, okay? That's okay, you know, just send love to that chakra center, right? To that energy center. Send love there. Send healing white light there. Sparkling, diamond, sparkling all over white light, okay? To the heart space. If you're feeling that in your root, same thing. To help clear it out, cleanse it, unblock it, okay? You can call in, you know, Archangel Michael to help cut, you know, cords away, to help send protection around there, and to help cut things away that don't belong, okay? But for me, what I'm getting is this is about serving the collective. Like she's serving the cup, you know, or, you know, whoever is serving the cup, as I'm getting. So it's about like answering your divine calls, and know that you're here to serve. Like we are here to be a part of this, but just not to like sit here and ride the wave of it all happening. Like we're meant to be assist in it. We're meant to be a part of it. For some of you guys, this is going to be confirmation for someone that needs to hear it. But there's something about maybe alcohol, and what the message here is that like your frequency has risen. So alcohol is not going to be, you know, your body's going to be more resistant to it. Okay. Because it's, you know, you've risen your vibration, and alcohol is a very low vibrational substance. So whoever this would be for, like maybe you're just like thinking like, you know, like I really want to like clean, you know, do like a detox, or I want to just like, you know, clean my body, or I just want to do make healthier choices. You know, I'm thinking about like maybe just cutting alcohol out of my diet, or, you know, not your diet, but you know what I mean? Like just not partaking in it at all, or just every once in a great while, or, you know, so this would be like a yes, like spirit is saying like, yes, yes, yes. There's something here with that, okay? Or if you maybe you've been like indulging, or maybe you've been overindulging, or you feel, you know, I don't know, but whatever it is, it's like there's something here where you're rising, you've risen, and they're going like it doesn't mix with you anymore. And it's not that it's bad and you can't do it or whatever, you can't drink ever. It's not that. It's just like your vibration is high, and that's low, and that's why it's not, you know, it's not feeling like it once was. You know, if you do drink, it's not the same as like it was years ago. It's kind of, you know, so they're going like, yeah, just let it go, you know, kind of a thing. All right, we're at 19 minutes. Okay. Whoop. All right, so what else for the collective at this time? See? It's the Queen of Cups. I just went on and on and on about the Ace of Cups, and then it's the Queen of Cups. See? And look at, she's pouring into herself, into her own waters. She's pouring back to self, into her own pool of water. You can't make it up. the Empress is on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, see, I told you, you're very high vibrational. And I just got done talking about like maybe like quitting drinking, or, you know, maybe like some of you guys are making like setting intentions or goals of like, you know, just like I'm going to eat healthier, or maybe you have like a goal weight. I want to lose this amount of weight. I'm not going to drink any alcohol, or, you know, until, you know, this time, or until I reach a goal of this, or, do you know what I mean? I just feel like more like you're being more proactive. You guys are feeling more motivated to like get all your ducks in a row. You're feeling more motivated to better yourself. You know what I mean? In whatever ways that feels for you. The Empress, it confirms what I said about you pouring into yourself, you being very high vibrational, but it also shows she's pouring the drink out. That's what I meant. There's something here about alcohol and drinking too. Okay, so maybe this is something that you used to do and you quit in the past, and this is like confirmation of like, good job, you've risen, you did it, you overcame so much darkness, so much shadow, you know, you really learned how to love yourself. You know, it could be that too. But the Empress represents, you know, harvest and abundance, prosperity, divine feminine. Like, she's the archetype of the wife, the mother. You guys, so going back to like the builders and the movers and shakers and all the things I said, right? You guys, we all are going to have all different roles here, right? And it's going to be very beautiful, right? But some of you guys are very heavily being guided to the roles that you're going to be playing in this new earth, okay? But you guys are meant to show people in one way or the next how to love themselves, how to pour into themselves. However that is, I don't know, but that's like specific to, you know what I mean? And you've learned to do that, so you're going to be a way shower, right? We know this. You're going to be showing people specifically how to love themselves, how to pour into themselves, maybe how to overcome addictions, how to put down alcohol or other substances. You know, it's the possibilities are endless because this is collective, right? The Hermit, very wise teachers, gurus, see? Very wise teachers. And then the Six of Wands, a victory, a victorious moment. It's also recognition and reward, okay? He's using his intentions, okay? And he's created this ball of light, and he has an enemy's head basically in this ball of light, and he's just keeping this formation of the ball of light and willing it to do what he wants with it, right? But it's victory, because, and this is showing that how powerful you guys are and what you guys are going to be doing. You're going to be using, excuse me, see, throat stuff going on. You're going to be using your energy, okay? Your energy to heal people. You're going to be using your energy to take attachments from people or entities that have infiltrated their energy field or their auric field or a chakra, or, do you know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to be doing, or that some of you guys are already doing, and maybe you're expanding on your already, you know, established business, or your gifts are expanding on top of the gifts you already have, right? It's like that. This is showing that you are in this victorious moment right now. And that whatever you set your thought on, or you put your intentions towards, or you speak about, you're going to achieve it. It's going to happen, right? That is the law of the universe. But this is also showing that, like, you know, that you know this. You know this. The Hermit. That's so, I love that came out right as I'm talking about, like, being a teacher and stuff, because the Hermit is that. It is a, you know, a guru energy. This person, you know, has gone through, you know, the darkest of the dark times, and they've gone within, and they've done soul searching, and they've, you know, come out extremely wise with you know, soul wisdom, remembering who they are, you know, etc., etc. So So it's time, 4 of Cups, and then 8 of Cups. Okay, so basically what I was going to say when I said it's time is going back to the other part of like my message is we are building the new earth, right? So as everything collapses and falls and da-da-da-da, right? We are going to help restructure it all, right? So I keep having visions of the new earth and the way that things are going to look and just the way that everyone is together and like, you know what I mean? And we're starting that now. So you're being called to start in different ways to start preparing for that because we're already in it. And a lot of us, right, we're already doing it. We're already building, we're already doing it, right? We've been doing a lot in the quantum, right? And now what we're going to start seeing is things happening in the 3D, right? So for some of you guys, you know, you might actually be building, you know, buildings at some point, or maybe you're the leader of a community in this way, not like leader, but you know, where you're above people, but leader, like maybe you start a community of some kind, or do you know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of different things, and we're gonna, it really is, it feels like, we call it the new earth because it's like the new vibration of earth, but like it does feel, right, like a new earth, like there's gonna be new structures, new things, right? Old stuff taken down, new things put in its place as far as like, you know, that stuff goes, right? So you guys are going to be a part of that, okay? The 4 of Cups and the 8 of Cups is so what I'm getting here with the 4 of Cups and the 8 of Cups is that like you're part of what you're showing other people around you is that it's okay to walk away and to choose self. Like it's okay to walk away from people, places, and things, 8 of Cups, that do not serve you. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to not live in a cookie cutter life. It's okay. It's okay. Like that's what you're showing people, and it's big, it's huge. People are feeling very discouraged, okay? Like they just want to, you know, leave it all behind, or they, you know, but you're showing people in one way or the next, okay? But it is time. It is time for you to step up and take the lead. King of Swords. Okay? To be a leader in this regard, a way shower to the ones, Page of Cups, who are just starting out on their journeys, or, you know, they're just, there's this like like an innocence of like, you know, we're just starting our journey, and you're like, oh, I've been there, I've been on my journey. It's like that, okay? So you're showing up as like this King of Swords, ready to take action, show people how to cut cords, cut things away, how to stand in your power, how to, you know, live in your truth, to be fair and just, to not be judgmental, like all these different things, right? To honor truth in that kind of way, right? So you're going to show a lot of people who are in these energies. It's like a fresh, young, you know, just starting out kind of energy is what I get, okay? So, all right, let's get a couple oracle cards. You know, this is just a short message, right? Like, well, it's actually not that short of a message. I guess it's already 30 minutes in. Oops. If you guys want to book a reading with me, you can find all the information down below. We could do spiritual guidance, twin flame, you know, whatever it is that you want. I do offer like a past life reading, and there's just different options. And I am offering, up until this next week, my private one-on-one tarot lessons, okay? So I reopened them in June after a little over a year. And I still have some space for a few more people. But anyways, not your average tarot lesson. This is definitely, we will learn the tarot. We will go through all the things, right? But this is more so about tapping into your spiritual gifts, helping you learn how to channel and open up. And, you know, I will do some, like, we'll do some energy work and like some, you know, activation stuff and like, you know, all that. But yeah, it's really, really fun, really powerful stuff. So anyways, all the details, information, it's all down below in the description box as well. And let's just say like you want to do that, but like all those things and stuff, but maybe you're just like, nah, I don't really like want to learn the tarot so much. That's cool too. We can do spiritual mentoring. Okay, so same pricing as the lessons, just mentoring. So, all right, here we go. Let's get some more messages as we wrap this up for the collective. What do we need to know? I'm seeing the tarot reader card in this deck. I think that's a part of it too. I think your guys' gifts are like ancient divine blood and then spend time alone, the Hermit. It's okay to like spend time alone and like totally honor like what it is that like you're feeling right now. And you know, if you feel like you need to be alone and have boundaries and rest, do that, right? If you feel like you need to be more social, do that. But this is a time where you guys have been in the Hermit mode. And this is a time of you guys coming out of the Hermit mode, okay? So basically, like, don't be too much in the Hermit mode right now, like, where you're just holed up in the house 24, you know what I mean? Like, you got to get out sometimes. You got to do stuff sometimes. You got to, you know, it's like that, okay? Because dreams are coming true. So you're coming out of Hermit mode, and after being in Hermit mode and learning your lessons and, you know, gaining wisdom and soul searching and doing all the stuff that you've been doing, now dreams are coming true, okay? But what this also is you are a way shower, okay? Like the Hermit holds the lantern with the light. You are the light in the lantern. Like you are a way shower to many people around you. It's time to step up even more so. Like there's a lot of confusion around what's next, okay? Like meaning like I can feel that like you've been through a spiritual awakening, right? You're on this journey. You know, you feel like you want to step up and help. You want to know what your light work is. You know, there's confusion around that. Like, well, I don't know, you know, I'm not a psychic or I don't. And light work can come in like all different forms and shapes and sizes, right? That was a part of the message too, is it's going to come to you. What's next? You're going to be shown. Don't worry. Spirit is saying, don't worry. Release that worry. Release that, what am I going to do? It's going to come to you either in a dream, or it's just going to show up in a thought, or someone's going to say something and it's going to be like, oh my gosh, like that's what I want to do. You're going to know. Okay? You have ancient divine blood, and this is what's being activated within you right now, okay? For a lot of you guys, is your ancient divine blood. Meaning, what I mean by that is, you know, you have ancient divine blood, right? But what I mean by that is your spiritual lineages are very old, right? And very powerful. But there's gifts that have lain dormant, magical powers, magical spells, magical healing, magical, you know, what to do with this herb and this herb that other people don't know about, right? Like, so there's things that you know that are only in your, you know, spiritual lineage, Akashic record type thing, right? So those are what's being activated. So you're going to start remembering things about your divine bloodlines and special powers and gifts and just different knowledges and things. And you're just going to know. People are going to go, how do you know that? And you're going to go, I have no idea. Just like a psychic, right? How do you know that? I just do. I just do. I just know. Okay? So dreams are coming true. Look at this. And it's because, look at this. You have a big mission here on earth. See, this is why. It's like, there's something here about, you know, getting busy, getting to work, you know, following the signs, like that kind of stuff. It's like the universe is saying, like, we've been carrying you, you know, we've been here, but now it's like, what it reminds me of is like a baby, right? Like the universe has been taking care of you while you've been in this infant stage of your journey, and then, you know, growing more into a toddler stage. Well, now you're like at this stage where, you know, you can feed yourself on your own. You can tie your own shoelaces. You dress yourself. You can walk, skip, and run. Like, do you know what I mean? You're more, the universe is still going to guide you and care for you and hold you, okay? Just like a parent would. But now you're capable to do so much more on your own. And now it's time to step into those shoes. All right? As an earth angel, as one of God's ambassadors, okay? You're an extreme empath. For some of you guys, that's your gift, where you can just feel what other people are feeling and you help them in one way or the next. I have no clue. You know? it could be as simple as you know, there's just someone, you know, that is around you and you can pick up on how they're feeling, and maybe it's very low and sad and down and depressed. And you just tell them, you know what, like, I know you don't know me, but everything's going to be okay. And, you know, I hope that that's okay to say to you, you know, and it's like makes their whole freaking year, you know, they're just, that one little thing was like the thing that they needed to hear the most in that moment, and it like saves them, you know, it's things like that. You were born to be a legend. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And your whole life you've been underestimated. All right, look at, see, those are those hidden secrets coming to the surface. The soul secrets, those ancient divine bloodline secrets, that's what's coming to the surface. Look at this though. You were born to be a legend. And you've been heavily underestimated your whole life, right? No more. This is your time. This is your time. Okay? So I love you guys. I'm going to just wrap it up with some Starseed Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. All right? Unicorns. Pay attention to when you see unicorns right now, like in, you know, on Oracle cards or wherever. Okay? Unicorns are going to be a synchronicity. For one, their you know, their horn comes out of the third eye. So for me, it's a synchronicity about your third eye activating extreme psychic powers. But it's also about mystical beings and animals and, you know, creatures or whatever you want to say that are very much around you right now. So what I'm getting is like the unicorns and the dragons are, specifically the dragons too with this one, are really helping to keep like low vibrational situations and people like away from you. Okay. So it's, I don't know like how it works, but you know, it's like the dragons are, you know, they use their fiery flame to protect, like it's like an energetic flame board, you know, like line border that people can't cross if they are, you know, at a certain vibration. They just can't approach you. You are divinely protected. All right, so let's get a message, please. The empathic starseed. See, I'm telling you, you guys. So this is your time, right? You're receiving a lot, but this is that step up and lead. Time to step into these shoes. You're showing people the way. Know that it's not, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to feel like a failure because you feel like an empathic starseed and a light worker, and you feel like you know this because you're right, you are, but then you go, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And don't compare yourself to me or another reader or someone who does, you know, energetic, you know, attunements or healing work or extractions, or, you know what I mean? There's light work in all forms. I talk about this all the time. You could do nails for a living and be a very powerful light worker. It's the way that you connect to people, the way that you show up for people, the way that your energy affects people, the light you give off, the love that you give off, what you radiate, how it helps people, gives people hope, transforms people, heals people. Okay? So anyways, it says empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. That's why you guys have been spending so much time alone, because it's very intense out there. Trust me, you guys, I get it. I can't, it kills me to go out in public anywhere. I won't go into a grocery store unless I absolutely have to right now. Like, there's things that I just, nope, it's too much. Very dense, very just, you know, very weird. It's very bizarre too. It feels very bizarre, you know, really truly seeing through the 3D matrix and all of it. It is very bizarre. It feels like that, like you're in a bizarro world. Okay. But anyways, that's why you guys have been spending time alone in Hermit, because you guys are such empathic starseeds, light workers. You can pick up on so much. But here's the thing, and that's why I always talk about shielding ourselves, right? Before we go out, energetic shields, before we go out, go in somewhere or around people, whatever, because we can absorb what's not ours, and that can bring us really low and down. All right. or you can get like something latches onto you, attaches itself to you, you know, things like that, right? You know, if you, you know, just, of course, always consult a doctor, obviously, but like if you ever just out of nowhere, like rapidly start feeling very tired, just, oh, I can't keep my eyes open, you know, or you start vomiting a lot and you just feel, right? You could be under a psychic attack, okay? That's no joke. Like, it happens, it doesn't always have to happen very quick, but it can. It can happen just like that, where something latches onto you and it just starts siphoning your energy. And within a minute or two, you go from just being totally normal and feeling fine to completely like this, just, oh, I can't keep my eyes open. I just, oh, you know, like that. And it's no joke. Like, it's no joke. Okay. So you are an empathic starseed. All right, my loves. This is her looking into her future. All right. This is a portal into her future. And this is like the incoming energy right here on the other side. She's like about to go through it. It's absolutely stunning and beautiful. It's stunning and beautiful. I can tell you. I can tell you. All right. Bottom of the deck. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms. I spoke of alcohol, codependencies, addictions. It could be, you know, for me, cigarettes. Like, hello, I need to quit smoking. But you know, I like it. And that's the thing, is like, I've smoked in many lifetimes. Smoke is a very spiritual to my heart thing, like just from lifetimes of ritual stuff and shamanism and all kinds of different stuff, smoking, you know, different herbs. And, you know, so it is something that I actually really enjoy, but I know it's not good for me and I want to stop. So for me personally, but you have to be ready, right? You have to get to this point, but that's what the universe is helping with right now too. So right now the universe is helping you with loosening your grip. It says coping mechanisms. So anything that you use as a coping mechanism, okay? Maybe it's not a substance. Maybe you shop on Amazon a lot, you know? Maybe, you know, whatever it is, I don't know. It says density. I was just talking about the very dense energies about going out in public and stuff. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So coping mechanisms, density, addiction, and let God in. Okay, so, and then you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. So, you know, spirit is showing up and they're letting you know, like, you're never alone. We are always with you. And we know this. I talk about this a lot, right? But you're about to have physical connection. I just did a love message, and it was all about that, about this very powerful soulmate coming in at this time, whether it's someone you knew or not, but it feels very new for many people. But anyways, it was that. It's like you're coming out of this hermit mode. You're stepping into like the greatest season of your life. You know that you're not alone, and don't allow these dense energies to pull you down. That's what I was talking about earlier. About, you know, going kayaking and then having to answer emails. It pulls you out, right? So, and when you're in these lower vibrations, that's when you're more susceptible, right? It's much easier for you to be psychically attacked or for things to latch onto you, etc. Okay? And then you have the blue flame. And it says spontaneous awakening, activations, and integration time. Yeah. So, you know, you guys have been going through these spontaneous awakenings, right? Where it's like, you know, day in and day out, you could have a massive ascension and awakening. You could have another massive ascension and awakening, you know, or you're going through another ascension today and then something happens, you know what I mean? So it's like this, you know, but for a lot of you guys, it was very fast, very quick, right? The activation and integration time is like, I've been talking a lot about this, I said with the Schumann, right? Massive activation. So we need to take time to integrate what we're receiving in, because it's a lot, especially for our physical body. Again, with the coping mechanisms. So we're receiving a lot. You may feel anxiety over, you know, whatever it is, right? So it's about finding healthy ways to ground our energy and to just make ourselves feel better, more at peace, more stabilized, you know, all the things without, you know, using anything outside of self to do so, right? So yeah. So anyways, my loves, but this is what I have for you, okay? So, you know, I know that there was kind of like a lot in this message. Also, I'm getting the violet flame too. So imagining yourself like in a, you know, like a light, you know, bubble or vortex type thing, right? Like like as if you were standing in the middle of this thing right here, right? But you were seeing the violet flame instead of like the blue flame. The blue flame is beautiful too, but the violet flame is going to be very powerful for, you know, clearing away anything that needs to go, okay? It's a very powerful clearer, all right, of things, okay? So working with that, seeing yourself in that, all right? But anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that you guys enjoy this message. You know, I can't stress this enough. Know that you are not alone. You know, we are all a community. We are all one, and we are all feeling these extreme jolts and shifts and ups and downs, and, you know, and it's very beautiful, but it can feel very, you know, overwhelming or other things, right? So, you know, if you feel guided, comment down below. Let us know how you're doing in this, how you're feeling. You know, I would love to hear. And again, if this is your message, claim it as yours. So that's it, my loves. Have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, night, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Namaste.